What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we're going to be diving into an episode of Song Association with the Jonas Brothers. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. Before we get into today's video, I just want to give a huge shout out to Shannon over on Patreon for requesting today's video. Thank you so much. If you guys want to do custom Patreon requests, you can ask that in the link in the description. I appreciate y'all. I'm super excited to dive into this because I enjoy the Jonas Brothers a lot. I did their full discography, which you guys can watch here on YouTube. You can also watch the uncut listening parties that I did for all of them over on Patreon. But all that out of the way, let's dive in to see what they do here. I know they're doing some Shawn Mendes, Camp Rock, In Sync, so let's do it.
Oh, dirty to me. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? We're still the Jonas Brothers, and we're gonna do Song
We haven't
Association
changed
with
yet.
Elle. I think we're gonna do pretty good. I think it's gonna be
may or may not have practiced in the car.
yeah. So it doesn't help us because we actually don't know the songs or the names.
But it's like an SAT. If you don't prepare, you'll fail.
You guys want to know a funny story about the SATs? I showed up. This is how, like, you should have known that I was never going to be successful with education. I showed up to the SAT without a fucking calculator. I didn't know they weren't going to supply one. It is what it is.
Unique New York.
Red dress. Red dress.
Where's your warm up?
I don't really have a warm up. I just kind of get up and go.
I'm excited to hear Kevin sing.
Like this.
Oh,
Start the clock. Love. Love bug again. Easy. Done. Easy. Shots fired.
shots fired.
You need more?
You heard her. Sing more.
Okay.
And that's your
Now I'm
section.
speechless, over the edge, I'm just breathless. I never thought that I'd catch this. Love bug again.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
been around in our discography for over 15 years, and we don't get tired of playing it.
We love that
Fuck
one.
yeah.
True.
I feel like that's going to be so hard, right? Because a lot of times when you're an artist and you have a back catalog of hits, there's always that one song, right? It like becomes your most popular song. And it's not that you don't like it, but sometimes you start doing the exact same song over and over again. You wonder if you're going to get sick of it, because even our favorite artists are humans too.
Must be true to your heart. Must be true to your heart. Yeah, that's the
Who's
only
that?
part I know.
Who's that?
98,
I
that's a
don't
deep
know the
cut.
artist name, but I know the song.
Is that like half a point then?
That's
Yeah,
a full
what-
point. It's
what?
just the song. I don't need the artist name.
I don't. We well, you
They
could
never
be making,
specified,
I
you're
don't
right.
know this song.
Yeah.
You could be making this up.
We're on a team.
I love that song.
Yeah.
That's actually
Why does this give me exactly what I would expect from them here, right here, though? They could just be getting along and being all one team, but they think they're competing against each other.
I love that song.
Yeah.
That's actually yeah, I danced at prom to that song. I remember.
And you went to prom in what year? What year was that?
2013, I believe.
Wow. I'm old.
So it's
A
it's
little artist known as Stevie Wonder.
Well, it's been covered about 1 million times. So
Yeah. Little.
ooh.
I think it's so many.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
By
Within
the
the
Jonas
Time-
Brothers
By the
as well.
Jonas Brothers. Please just keep me in your heart. If you fly into somebody else's arms, little bird. Little bird off our new.
Like, you guys know, I'm always like amazed at the fact that like you could just be hanging out, just chilling, and you're like that talented. Like, I'd be so annoying if I could sing, because I'd want like every opportunity where I'm just hanging out to be like, yo, let's turn this into a musical moment.
The album.
They could be
Shout
doing
out.
that all day.
Look at that plug. That was easy.
Gone.
Oh, hell
It's
yeah.
an NSYNC song.
Such an
Yeah,
epic
but I don't know the
song.
The start to the Justin Timberlake solo era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't just know the Gone part. It's the best part.
Yeah.
It's so fucking,
Taste.
so epic.
Come on, Kevin. You haven't done one yet.
Taste of your lips, I wanna ride. Oh, toxic.
And
Keep
Kevin with
going.
it. On brand with Justin
Yeah.
and Brittany. Let's go.
Kevin with the vocals.
Taste of
Yeah.
your lips, I'm on
Great music video. Great song. One of the best songs of the early 2000s.
Fucking agree. I
Better.
agree, Joe.
Much better by the Jonas Brothers.
Sing
Shall
it.
we?
I mean, it's literally that. It's like,
Much better. That's it.
it's like a drop, like a DJ drop, but pre-drops. And then we just say,
with
With
saxophone.
better.
"Oh, got some in it." This is a verse.
I want to play Song
It's
Association. I
really
just can't
more
sing.
about Do 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 do. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-dum. Because the chorus just keeps saying you're much better.
over and over and over again.
We're just gonna keep doing our songs. I feel
Yeah,
we
I
have
mean-
to have a limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need more
Let's go with
references.
much better for now, and then we're
we want the
You know what I like about this too is think about it from the perspective of like watching them as a band. So, okay, the way we're all fucking watching them. I don't know why I made it that way, but I like the idea of hearing what songs they think of in their head because it makes me think even more about like their creativity when it comes to their music. What kind of influence do you have? Like the first songs that come to your head when you have these song associations, those are obviously the ones that you were probably jamming. So it's very interesting to hear that.
point.
we want the point. We're a team, remember?
Yeah. What other songs have a better in them? We can come up with a better one.
I know I could treat you better
Yeah.
than he can. Little Shawn Mendes.
Ooh.
Deep.
How deep is your love?
How deep is your love? How deep is your love? This is the problem. You asked us to sing. We all start in different keys. You usually do this with one person. You don't have that issue. So we look like idiots.
I was trying to find your key.
Yeah, well.
Still looking for it.
Fucking this
Tired.
dynamic is so good.
So sick and tired.
So
tired of love songs.
Yeah.
So done with wishing you would be here. Neo. Yeah.
That right there is a great sound for Nick's vocals. Like, you know how I feel about that R&B bag he is in.
Did a Pop-Tart commercial with Neo for root beer flavored Pop-Tarts. I know you all watched it. Roll the tape.
You're really good at this. What do you think? Talk to me, girl.
Ooh.
Party.
That note.
Oh, I mean, party rock anthem.
Yeah.
Party rockers in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gonna make you lose your mind. What a lyric. I mean,
That was LMFAO, right? So the crazy thing is that dude just made as of like a day ago or 2 days ago, at 49 years old, the singer of that group just made his pro tennis debut. Like, that is proof that it doesn't matter what age you are or where you think you're at in your career, your life could change in another way. I would have never guessed that Homeboy would end up being a fucking tennis professional.
Remember when that was like it?
That was the
mean,
moment.
Was. Still is.
still is. We live in Jersey, so it's
Yeah, it's
that was
like hit your
perfectly
national
on
anthem. Pain.
Filled with, I can't do another one of our songs.
Filled with pain. We have a song. We can do it. But,
Oh no.
What about that Jimmy Eat World song?
Pain? There's so many.
is there?
Yeah, there's so many, but we blanked. It's our
Oh,
first time you stumped us.
give him
Stop using
one.
our own music.
Shouldn't have done that.
Talk. Oh.
Talk dirty to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Talk dirty to me.
Performed by.
Oh, that's why.
Jason Derulo.
Also, talk to me, baby. By
That's such a so for all y'all that were out during the pandemic when we were doing a shitload of Twitch streams, we would watch the compilation of Jason Derulo singing his own name because it doesn't matter how many times I've watched it, it never gets old. Also, it totally makes sense that I was thinking Talk Dirty was that because that's how Nick opened this whole thing.
DNC, not us. So that's 2 points, I think. Got one back. Technically not us. True. Technically one of us.
Ooh.
Half a point for this guy. Bye.
I have to react to that DNC album.
Bye. I mean, the first thing you think of is, of course, insane.
How do you spell it? B-Y-E? B-U-Y. Can't buy
B-U-Y.
me love.
Woo! There's a good one.
Everybody tells me so. Can't buy me love.
Mm.
No. Nice. Buy me a drink.
Let me buy you a drink. There's so many for buy. B-U-Y.
I'm gonna take you home with me.
Got money in the
T-Pain.
bag. Shawty, what you think?
I love T-Pain.
Voice. You're the voice I hear inside my head.
Oh
Not
my God.
Not us.
Not us, Camp Rock.
Said not us.
That's what we call
One of us.
full circle. We set it up. It's not us. create our own rules where we can't use our own music, bring it back around to use music that we performed on, but
Boom.
technically
Totally.
not under artist name Jonas Brothers.
You know, there's songs probably from our Disney TV days that we don't really perform often.
And honestly, after going through their discography, I gotta say that those Disney TV, so I used to think that like the first two records or the first record was on Disney Records, but I have been corrected that I think that record came and then they ended up on the Disney Channel. But that era, like there's like a 5-year era, 4-year era of those albums. Like maybe I'm wrong on the timeline, but that section, I love that like pop punk emphasis, pop rock. It was obviously like accessible. It definitely felt like it just felt very youthful in such a cool way. And I really love that sound, especially because you hear where they're at now with their music and they've done like this amazing evolution to come from those spaces. But those spaces will always take up space in your musical brain as far as like when you're like creating music and stuff. So I love that piece of it. And I often talk very highly about that era because they just sounded so sick. It was actually pretty heavy often. And I loved Nick's vocals at that time.
You know, there's songs probably from our Disney TV days that we don't really perform often. We just try to stick to the ones we wrote.
But not technically Jonas Brothers songs. Yeah, that's the misconception. The
Yeah.
Disney stuff is Disney. The Jonas Brothers albums are its own thing. We're proud of all
Gotcha.
those.
I love the Jonas.
Sick.
I love those albums. I'm glad to hear
Right.
that. Actually, you know what? I'm really glad to hear that because those first records obviously are very different than where they're at now. They've come a long way in their career. And I do hear sometimes, and I'm not in their place, but I do hear artists sometimes will talk down on their first couple records because they were still learning it. They were still figuring it out. But the thing to me is like, even though you were figuring it out, that was where you were at that time. And I personally feel like being able to look back on those things positively is super cool. So to hear that they love those records that I also love is sick.
Sick. Right.
So sick.
Sick of the
I
voices
love
in my head.
songs.
Is that a song or is that how you feel?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Come on, quick.
I'm trying.
That's it.
Wow, we failed. We failed
Pain
one.
and sick. So clearly, we don't listen to like negative.
There you go.
Keep the music light and upbeat.
Moment.
Moment like this.
Oh.
Moment like this.
You always start in the highest key.
Yeah.
At a moment like this, some people wait a lifetime
Oh.
for that one special kiss. Oh, I can't believe it's happening to me.
Look, they're joking around, but they don't know that I would give a fucking limb to even be able to joke around and sound that good. Like, that's crazy.
What a song.
Some people wait a lifetime. I don't know why it's Celine singing it now, but it's Kelly Clarkson.
We got popcorn with Kelly.
I love you,
What the
Kelly. Thanks for watching us play Song Association. I feel like we did okay. We could have done better.
We
But
gave ourselves some
Damn,
restrictions
Nickelback
that I
got
just
15
feel
out of
like really hurt
15.
us, but
Wait, hold on. I have to look at these scores. Okay, Blackpink 14 out of 15, Big Time Rush and Nickelback both got 15 out of 15.
some restrictions that I just feel like really hurt us, but I feel good.
next time, we'll get
Next
them.
time. There's always next time. We are going on tour, and we're starting in New York City at Yankee Stadium for 2 nights, and we can't wait. We're so thrilled. It's go time.
Part of the creative and big idea for this tour is that we're playing 5 albums one night. Medleys and kind of finding a way to make it one big. interactive,
I did
exciting
not know
show,
they
but the
did.
album, the new album will be a part of that.
I did
So
not know
if
that
you
they did
haven't
all
yet,
5.
Visit your local, whatever you buy tickets on, and come visit us. We'd love to see you there.
This really showcases that sibling rivalry in like the coolest way without being like, it's not like aggressive or anything. It's just, this is really what it's like to have a sibling. It's like they're sitting in the chair. They're all kind of poking fun at each other. For like a minute, they are like in competition with each other until they have to remind themselves, oh wait, we're all on the same team. We need to do good together. That just gives me Jonas Brothers vibes. I don't know why. I think it's from watching the documentary that they did with, I believe it was Amazon or Hulu. I feel like I learned a lot about that dynamic in that. So it's cool to see here. 5 albums in one night is crazy. I have definitely seen bands that I love perform 1 album in its entirety, and I love that. 2 albums in its entirety, and I realized they had filler tracks that I never thought about, because when you're listening to these records, you don't think about, well, I'll probably never hear this song live. They'll never play this. Well, I went and saw bands that did play it, and I feel like it's hit or miss in certain artists, but with a group like the Jonas Brothers, they don't really have a lot of filler tracks. Their albums were very big. They were commercially successful. And I feel like there are so many people that would want to see every single song that they've ever made. You know what I'm saying? I learned that my feet hurt if I'm standing there for too long. So the fact that they were, the fact that when they were trying to do it, they did like the medley thing as well, adding to make sure they can get all the records put in. I think that would make it something that I'd actually be interested in watching. So if there is high quality footage of this, not like cell phone with bad audio quality, but if there's like some sort of professional recording at all, I would love to watch it. It's just hard to react to like cell phone stuff because I care more about the music than any of it. And like the audio is usually from the fan. So like in the crowd. So like you hear the crowd, and as much as I love that, it will drown out the music. So if there is something, I'd love to see that and see how they did the 5 albums thing, especially because I've listened to all the records now. So I'd love to be able to see what they pull off with that. I'm also just baffled that they could never understand what I would give to be able to playfully sound this good. Like Joe and Nick together, fucking incredible. I also love that like this is almost like I've heard Kevin sing, but not a lot. So to get to hear even more of Kevin singing is cool. I also see why he harmonizes so much. Just like Nick calls him out on, he starts in the highest key every time. I'm going to be honest with you. If I was put into a band, that's exactly what I would do. When I was like, I would say like before I went through like puberty all the way, if I even did that yet, before I went through puberty all the way, I used to be able to get that like 80s, like metal band scream, like that super high, that I used to be able to fucking go with it. And then like my voice got deeper, and then you kind of lose the ability to go into that moment. But I swear, if I could have held on to that, bro, you would see me, I'd be like King Diamond. All right, but I love this. Make sure you guys go check out Patreon, where I did all of the Jonas Brothers albums. I'm really hoping they put something else out soon. I know that they've kind of like done little things here and there, but I would really love to see another record from them. This was a year ago. I don't know what the success of the last record that they did, but I do know they were on tour for quite a while supporting it. So I feel like that's a pretty good sign. But you guys have to let me know if there's any new Jonas Brothers music coming on the horizon, because I am in my seat waiting. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I typically post this kind of stuff on Patreon, but I don't know. I feel like with the music and stuff, it was kind of cool. I wanted to put it on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Love you. See you guys in the next one. Peace.